Alright guys, so I said this one it could be typo, but I just double check it and this is not typo, so I'll be able to figure it out. Okay, it's just the number here is so big, so there's so many possibles, it's hard to see it, but you know, I just figured out. So it's 28. Yeah, 28 and 28. So if you take 28 times 28, that's going to be 784, and 28 plus 28, that is 56. Okay, so it's work it out. Okay, it's just the number is so big, so it's kind of difficult to see it. So now I'm going to break it down the middle here. Instead of 56, I'm going to write as 28 and 28. So it's going to be 16 x to the power 2 plus 28x plus 28x. I know 28x plus 28x, that should give me 56x, but since this one is not just x, they also have y, so I have to put y here also, two variable, right? And then 49 here, copy it down. Okay, so now we factor by grouping. So the first one, I can pull out the divisible for 16 and 28, which is 4, so I can pull out the 4. Alright, so that's me left with 4x squared, and 28 take away 4, I mean factor out the 4, which is, you take 28 divided by 4, which is 7. And I forgot to pull out x. They both have x, right? So I'm going to pull out the x. Pull out the x here. Alright, so this is 7y here. That's the first one. Now this second group here, I can pull out the what? I can pull out the 7y. So that's mean if I do that, I left with 4x because y is gone, and then plus 7y. So now I need to factor one more time to be complete. So as this and this is the same, I can pull out one more time. So that should give me 4x plus 7y, and copy down the one that I just highlighted, which is 4x plus 7y. So there's another way to write this one because they are the same. You don't have to write it twice with the exponent, which is 4x plus 7y squared, the whole thing square. Okay. Alright, so I'm going to move on to the next chapter, which is chapter 7. Okay. So how do we do this one? So we have a minus b here. So if you factor this one, this is a special product. So this is called the difference of two square. The formula for this one is going to be a minus b, a plus b. So that's how you factor this. So this one have formula. Okay, they have formula. So in order to do this one, to factor this one, this have only two terms. Okay, each term is square. You have to find what's your a and what is your b here. So if you look at here, this is represent your a, the whole thing. This is represent your b here. So to do this one, you do this. You find a, you put square root of that. Okay, and then you do the same thing with b. All right. Okay, so square root of 49, which is 7, square root of x squared. So the square root and power, they cancel each other, so just x. So square root of 16, which is 4, square root of y squared is just y. So this is my a, that's my b. So I'm gonna subtract them and then I'm gonna add it based on the formula. Okay, so that means this one's gonna be, it doesn't matter which one first, right? Ooh, parenthesis. Oh, that's no longer a. My a is 7x. So I'm gonna do 7x. You can do adding or subtracting, it doesn't matter. 4y, and then another one I'm gonna write on the bottom, I don't have space, minus 4y. It's like that. Okay, so that's your answer. Now this one, my a here, which is the square root of 25x squared, which is give me what, 5x, and my b here is going to be the square root of 100 y squared. That's going to be just what, 10y. So I'm going to add and subtract this. So I'm going to just 5x minus 10y and 5x plus 10y. Again, it doesn't matter which one first. Okay, so that's your answer. So now I do the same thing with this one. My a here, which is the square root of 9z squared, which is 3z. And my b here, which is the square root of 64b squared, that should be what, 8b. So my answer here is going to be 3z minus 8b. Or you can put plus here if you want to, it doesn't matter. 3z plus 8b. Okay, so that's how you factor the difference of two squares. Okay, so this is a special product, so we have to use the formula. So the same thing here. So the formula for this one, they just give it to us. So in order to do this one, you need to know the formula. There's no other way. Okay, so this one is a cube, so I need to find my a here. Since this one a cube, so I have to do the cube root. Okay, so the cube root of 27, you can put on a calculator if you want to, because you try to find three numbers, then multiply itself 3 times to give you 27. So that's have to be 3, because 3 times 3 times 3, right? 3 times 3 times 3 is 27. So that's mean the cube root of 27, which is 3. Okay, and again the cube root and the power 3 here, can cross it out, so that's just x. Now my b here, which is the cube root of 125. So we try to find what number that multiply itself 3 times give you 125. This is cube root, not square root. Okay, which is 5, because 5 times 5 times 5, which is 125. So 5. So my a is this, my b is this. So now all I have to do is just plug into the formula. The formula say that you have two parentheses. You have the small one and the big one, like this, based on the formula, right? And you plug into the formula. You say a plus b. My a is this one. 3x represent my a. And then b, which is 5. 5 represent my b in this case. Here we go. So I just finished or complete my first parenthesis. Now I move on to my big parenthesis. So this is gonna say my 3a square, and 3x is represent your a, because they say a square, right? So your 3x is represent your a here. Okay, so now we move on to minus ab here. So I put minus, and my ab here, which is this two. So 3x represent my a, and b here, which is 5. Okay, so now I need more space, so I need to expand my parenthesis, plus my b here, which is 5 square. Okay, 5 square. So now let's finish this one. So I have 3x plus 5 here, and all I have to do just finish inside a parenthesis here. So 3x square here is mean 3x times 3x, right? Which is 9x square. Okay, that's gonna be 9x square. Now all I have to do is just multiply this together. That should give me what? Negative 15x. And 5 square, which is 25. Here we go. Yeah, this one is not easy. You need to practice, and also you need to know the formula. Without formula for this one, there's no way we can do it. Okay, we cannot use the cross method to do this one, or x method to set it up. No. So this one we need to know the formula. So again, I'm gonna need to identify which one my a, which one my b for the next one. So now that we talk about the difference of two cubes, the one we just did is the sum of two cubes, right? So I need to identify my a here. So it's the cube root of a cube, right? So this means x here is x times x 3 times. So the answer here is just x. Okay, and b here is 64. So we need to find what number or cube root. what number that multiply itself 3 times give you 64. Okay, so those number, which is, I believe it's 4, so 4 times 4 times 4 is 64. Yeah, so the variable is easy because what variable that multiply it 3 times to give you cube? Well, in this case it's power 3 already, so it means h times h times h 3 times. Okay, the 4 here is the number that multiply it 3 times give you cube. Okay, so that's my a and that's my b. So I'm plug into the formula. They say it had to be a minus b. My a here is my h represent my a, and 4 here represent my b. Here we go. I just complete my first parenthesis. Okay, now let's move on to the second parenthesis. Here they say it's gonna be your a square based on the formula, but h represent my a, so that's my h square, plus you have to take you can't see it, sorry. Okay, so you have to take h times b here. That's gonna be 4h. Excuse me. Okay, so now you are gonna have b square, which is 4 square here. Okay, so now let's finish this one. It's gonna be h minus 4, and 4h is still 4h, and 4 square we know is 16. So that's your answer. Let's move on to the next page, and this is gonna be the last page for our lecture today. Okay, so let's take a look at this one. So factor each perfect square trinomial completely here. So as you can see, this one is case number 1. All right, because your a here is 1, your a here is 1, so this is case number 1. This is case number 1. So with case number 1 we can do faster, right? So I'm gonna set up my x factor here. Okay, so now 1 times 64, which is 64, and then the middle is negative 16. So what number when you multiply give you 64, you add it give you 16. So let me see, what number is that, guy? What number is this? Alright, so sorry. Okay, 64 is 8 times 8. Okay, I hope you guys get that too. So 8 times 8, and we want to be both negative because negative and negative give me positive, and 8 times 8 give me 64, but if you add it I get 16, negative 16. So here we go. Since this one case number 1, I can just do this one right away. Okay, I don't have to do factor by grouping. Okay, and this one is x, and x, copy the number we just found it, which is negative 8 and negative 8, and here we go. That's your answer. But you know, if you want to write it without, you know, write them twice, so we write it as related to exponent, which is here. Okay, so that's your answer. And since this one, my a here is not what, 1, so this is case number 2. So case number 2, you have to factor by grouping. All right, so but we still have to set it up just like we did earlier, which is h factor. And you're gonna take 9 times 100, that's 900. Oh my god, that's a big number again. And then the bottom is negative 60. Okay, we have to find 2 numbers again. Okay, all right, so it's gonna be 900. It's gonna be 9 times 10, but it's not gonna give us 60, right? Okay, so it's gonna be 30 30, so this is not bad, right? 30 times 30 give me 900. 30 add 2, so that means they both have to be negative. That means negative 30 add to negative 30 is negative 60. So I'm gonna write this one. H square. I'm gonna break down the middle. So instead of 60, I write negative 30 and negative 30. Right, because negative 30 add to negative 30 give me back to negative 60. And since this one have x and y, so I just put x and y. And this one also x and y. And copy this down, which is 100 y square. Now we have to factor by grouping. So between these two, I can pull out 3, right? Because they both divisible by 3. So if I pull out 3 and also have to pull out x because they both have x in common. So I get 3x minus 10y. Oops, look at my y. Okay, so now with the last two term here, since again this one leading with the negative here, so I have to pull out the negative and also pull out the negative. This one is not 30, right? Can 100 divided by 30? No. So I can pull out 10, I believe. Right? You can pull out 10, negative 10. So this means this one 10 and also pull out y also 10y. Okay. So now I left with what? I left with 3x because y is pulled out. And since I pull out negative, this one become negative. And this one become 10y. Okay. So it's important that this have to match, right? Because otherwise we cannot factor one more step. All right, so now I need to factor one more step on this one. So if I do that, I'm gonna have 3x minus 10y, and then copy down the one I just highlighted, which is 3x minus 10y. Okay, so now since they are the same, there's another way to write this one without writing them twice, which is 3x minus 10y squared. Okay. Alright, so now we're going to move on to the next one. So as you can see, this one is have only 2 terms. It look like 25 also can be 5 square, 4 also 2 square. So this is the difference of 2 square. So the formula for that one is going to be square root of 25, which is 5, square root of x, which is x, square root of 4, which is 2, square root of y square, which is y. So after you find that, this one's going to be negative. Copy down exactly this one and put positive. Here we go. So that's your answer for this one. Okay. That is the answer for this one. So I need to find the same thing with this one. They have only 2 terms, but this one term here with the parenthesis. So I need to find what's my a here, what's my b here. This is still the same thing as the difference of 2 square. So my a here, which is square root of that, which is 5. My b here, which is the square root of a minus b, the whole thing square. The whole thing square. So that it should give me a minus b, because that one cross it out. Okay, so that's my a, that's my b. So based on the formula, I should have a minus b. Let me write it down. The difference of 2 square, right? And a plus b. Okay. So now my a here, which is 5. My b here is a minus b, like that. Okay. Now my a here is going to be 5 plus my b here is going to be a minus b, like this. Okay. Now all you have to do, just simplify this one a little bit. So just distribute the negative into this. So this is going to be 5 minus a, negative, negative, give me positive. And distribute the positive here, this means everything here stays the same. Okay. So this one a little bit different, okay? A little bit different. So this is like one term. This is your second term, okay? One big term. All right. So now we're going to move on to the next one here. So the next one here, based on the formula, again, without formula, we cannot do this one. So this is the sum of cube, 2 cube, and this one the difference of 2 cube. So to do this, we need to find a and b. So my a here, I have to cube them. which is 8 cube. Okay, so the a cube here, so what number that you multiply itself 3 times give you 8, which is 2. Equal 2 times 2 times 2, 3 times is 8. And a cube here, that's just x. That's my a. And I need to find my b here, which is the cube root of 1. And what number that multiply it 3 times give you 1? Well, it's still 1, because 1 times 1 times 1, 3 times is still 1. So that's my a, that's my b. So based on the formula for the sum of 2 cubes, you're gonna have 2 parentheses. Okay, the first one's gonna be a plus b. That's gonna be just 2x plus 1. Second one's gonna be your a square, which is 2x square, plus, okay, a times b. This means 2x times 1. Okay, I need to expand my parentheses. And then the next one is gonna be b square. My 1 here is represent my b. So that's the formula. Alright, so now all you have to do is just simplify this one a little bit. So 2x plus 1, and that it should give me 4x squared. And 2 times 1, that's going to be just 2x. And 1 squared, which is just 1. Okay? It's just 1. So now we move on to the last problem here. That's, we do the same thing here. We just need to find my a here, which is cube 6. Okay, so the cube root of this one, we try to find what number that multiply 3 times it give you to the power 6, right? So that is the same thing as square, square, and square 3 times. But remember, when you multiply them, you add exponent, right? 2 plus 2 is 4, 4 plus 2 is 6. So that means the cube root of m6 here, which is m square. Okay, which is m square. Alright, so now we're b here, which is 27 n cube. Okay, so for the number, that's gonna be what? 3, because 3 times 3 times 3 is 27, right? 27 here is 3 times 3 times 3. And n here, which is gonna be what? N times n times n. 3 times give you n cubed, so that means it have to be n. Okay, all right, so that is my a and that's my b. Now the formula for this one is going to be 1 small parenthesis and 1 big parenthesis, right? So they say it's going to be a minus b, and then it's going to be a square. So your a here is m square, so m square represents your a, so they say a square. And oh, this one should be minus. The formula is minus. Okay, so now plus a times b. So it's going to be m square times 3m. Okay, and then plus b square, which is 3m square. Okay. Alright, so now all you have to do is just simplify inside of parentheses. So this is going to be that. And then this one's going to be to the power 4. And you multiply this one together because it's multiplication. So plus 3m n square. And this one's going to be 3n square. This means 3n times 3n, right? So let me write it down here. That is the same thing as 3n times 3n, right? So 3 times 3, which is 9, n times n, which is n square. So that is your answer, guys. So this is going to be the last problem, okay? And I will see you guys next time, okay?